In January of 2020, I couldn't speak more than 3 sentences of Arabic. I could read the Quran, but when it came to speaking and understanding, zero. During this time, I remember I went to Umrah, right, for the first time in my life, and I was coming out of my hotel in Mecca, and there was this security guard, okay, he spoke Arabic, and I didn't speak Arabic, but he saw this black shawl I used to wear, and he commented on it, and he was like, MashaAllah. He just, I guess he really liked the black shawl. I don't know what was so special about it. It was just a big piece of black cloth, but he seemed to really like it, and he spoke in Arabic. I could tell he was complimenting it, obviously, didn't know past that. After that, he said, Masmuk, which basically means, what's your name? That's all it means. It's the simplest sentence in Arabic. Obviously, I didn't register it. But to my surprise, a few seconds later, I said my name to him. It just clicked. And I had an amazing feeling afterwards because I realized that I'd just spoken Arabic. I always knew Arabic was interesting, right? But I never knew I wanted to learn it. And this was one of the biggest reasons that when I came back to Australia after Umrah, I had a sudden urge to just learn Arabic. And being someone introverted, I obviously didn't want to speak to other people that much. I didn't want to sign up to a course. I didn't want to do tutoring. I didn't want to do anything like that. I wanted to do what I could do by myself in my room and just see if I can just learn Arabic by myself. Alhamdulillah, I learned so much. In fact, within a year, within 6 months, honestly, I was understanding more than 50% of the Quran. And within a year, I was definitely understanding more than 60 to 70% of the Quran when I was reciting it. Because that was my biggest focus, to try and understand the Quran. Ultimately, that was the biggest goal. So today I'm going to tell you 3 simple things. I'm going to boil it down to 3 simple things that will guarantee Arabic fluency in the long term. Point number 1 is something I realized almost instantly. You see, when I came back to Australia, I didn't just come up with this amazing plan to start learning Arabic, start writing on the walls like, okay, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to move on to this and do this. I honestly started by searching on Google how to learn Arabic and clicking on the first link that showed up. And that was Duolingo. Now, obviously, Duolingo is notoriously known as bad for learning Arabic. But honestly, today I'm going to tell you the opposite. You know why? Because I stuck to Duolingo for 100+ days. And even more, honestly, beyond that. That was like my streak, right? But I used that app so much. And I honestly attribute a lot of my early success to the fact that I was able to stick to this app, because it's apps like these that are just engineered for you to be addicted. We're addicted to apps like Instagram, we're addicted to apps like TikTok. Why not be addicted to something that accidentally teaches you a little bit of Arabic, that lets you reach a goal that you want to achieve, right? It's not perfect. It's got all this LGBT propaganda. Like, everything has LGBT propaganda. Why are you not using this app? Because it might accidentally feed you some LGBT propaganda or something. This is what I hear online all the time. But I'm completely against this idea. I think you should stick to an app. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be Duolingo. In fact, I would recommend an app called Kalam. This app is going to teach you Quranic words only. It's going to place a heavy emphasis on using active recall, which is a method of memorization that is scientifically proven to be the most effective. So I would recommend that you get started on an app like Kalam and even Duolingo, something like that. Any of those is fine. Or if you can find a better Arabic learning app, then stick to it by all means. That's going to be like your minimum viable learning every day. The second thing I did was a lot more beneficial in a direct sort of way. What I did next was I got addicted to YouTube videos about Arabic. I watched any and all videos that came up on my feed related to Arabic. I specifically searched up videos in Arabic with English subtitles of literally anything. I honestly at this stage didn't care because I was so obsessed with it. But I would watch these interviews. I watched this interview of like Mohammed bin Salman getting interviewed about the future of the Middle East. And I memorized every single word he said, even though I had no interest in him or whatever, or in the video that I was watching, right? I watched SpongeBob, I watched these videos of Mufti Menk speaking in Arabic, I watched so many different clips, and I would just absorb words and I would hyperfixate on them for the next few days. And that is the second point. Every day, try to pick just a minimum of 1, a maximum of 5 words that you are going to hyperfixate on. And that is one of the most important things you can do in the long run for speaking Arabic or for learning Arabic. gathering vocabulary. Each day, if you just learn one Arabic word, in the long run, you are going to know so much. Because one word a day is a minimum of 365 words a year, but in actuality, it's thousands of words a year because of the way Arabic is designed, because one word teaches you a dozen more. And so hyperfixating on certain words that you pick out of YouTube videos or shows or anything is one of the best things you can do for learning Arabic. And it will guarantee fluency in the long run, I promise you that much. I posted a bunch of free resources like that I used in the community at the bottom, which is completely free, so you can check that out. The last thing I did wasn't something I did as often as point number 2 and 3, but it is something that is absolutely vital to confirm that you're actually learning what you're learning. And that is to practice speaking in Arabic. Now, obviously the best case would be to speak with someone in Arabic who knows Arabic already, but a lot of us don't have that opportunity, and I certainly didn't have that opportunity at the start, also considering the fact that I just didn't want to, right? So I would record myself speaking in Arabic and then I'd listen back. Or the best thing that you can do now is literally speak to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can speak in fluent Fusha Arabic for I think like 10 minutes a day or something like that. That's the limit. So you can just speak to it in Arabic and tell ChatGPT what your level is and what you want to focus on for that day. And it will just have a conversation with you in Arabic. That's literally in the palm of your hands for free. You don't have to do that, but definitely do what I did, which is record yourself speaking Arabic and just hearing how you did and just listening to yourself or getting someone else to review it for you. That's all for this video. Inshallah, I will see you in the next one.